Hi, my name is Michael Russ. I'm the founder of Zero Versity Training, and under the umbrella of Zero Versity Training are many things. One of those things is social media management, which falls under the Smart College Career Moves program that I have that I bring to colleges. And I've got a special guest with me today. Her name is Erica Bailey with CWG Digital. She is a social media management brand building specialist. And I wanted her to just talk a little bit about the concept of building a positive social media brand for students. Erica, welcome. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you, Michael. How are you?
I'm awesome. Glad to hear it. You are an amazing individual, and I wanted to have you on to kind of share how valuable it is to build a social media brand for students, because so many of them are willy-nilly just putting anything onto the web that they're involved in, from spring break to other parties and things. And we've seen what's happened with Michael Phelps when he and other professional football players who have been in places had pictures taken of them, and oops, they're out all over the internet, and all of a sudden it costs them millions of dollars. Not that students are going to be in danger of losing out on millions of dollars, but what is it? Why is it important for students?
Well, you know what, Michael, actually, I speak about this at East Valley Institute of Technology every semester. They have a media class. And it's valuable because you could actually lose out in millions of dollars, not because you're a sports guru or a football star or a tennis star, but because not only are companies, schools, if you're applying for your college, they're looking at your social media when they review your application. So if you want to get into a good college, your reputation online is going to be a helping deciding factor between you and the candidate that you're going up against. So getting into colleges, grants and scholarships, even federal loans are looking at your social media platforms, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and seeing what kind of person you are. Are you somebody that they can trust to give their money to? And then extending beyond that, your career. I guarantee you that when you apply for a job, whether it's a job at, a beginning job at 16, or you're applying at a high profile law firm, when you graduate college, they're also looking at your social media profiles. And they're not just looking at what you posted over the past 2 weeks. They're looking at a behavior pattern over the past few years. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you're building that brand, not when you start to apply for these things. But I tell these students at EVIT to start in high school. You really need to make sure that you are that you're paying attention to the person that you're becoming, the person you're representing online. And that's you. You want to build that brand and make sure that you are somebody that other people want as part of their team.
That's quite interesting because, number one, how early it begins. Yeah. Because these students, they're kids when they start using this social media now. I mean, it goes back so far. I mean, it wasn't when we were growing up, we didn't have social media to deal with, but now these kids are putting all kinds of things online. They're posting things to YouTube, videos and things that aren't necessarily representative of themselves in a positive way. Yeah. So how do they, if they've done something like that, how can they, is it possible to correct it?
On some channels, yes. Apologize. On some channels, it is positive. It is, you can correct it. For example, on Facebook or Instagram, you can actually kind of scrub your profiles. So you start by actually going through your profile and deleting posts that aren't very appropriate or do not represent the person that you are or becoming or want to be. So that's kind of step one, is making sure that happens. And or, the worst case scenario, close down your current account. Make sure that you get rid of it all. I'm social media, so I have constant dings.
Don't worry about it. It doesn't bother me. It shows you're a busy person. Well, it's interesting because students. The question is, how soon do they develop the maturity to understand the concept of long term? Because most students nowadays are thinking, just tomorrow or the next 10 minutes. The attention span is not such that they're looking at when they're in high school or when they're in elementary school or middle school, the kind of person that they want to be. They're not projecting that out and seeing social media as that. Right now, it's an entertainment device.
Yeah.
It's not a brand building device.
No, it is. It's I'm going to take selfies of me and my friends and post them in the bathrooms, or I'm going to post about how sad I am today or how happy I am today. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. If you need to express yourself, if you need to share your feelings, do it in a journal or on a blog. Don't necessarily do it in front of everybody, because that is an attention-seeking behavior. And when you're being looked at for a potential job or a potential college placement, they're going to look at that and say, is this person mature enough to fill this role? If they see a lot of attention-seeking behavior, we all do it. We all need that reinforcement. I post online, or, I'm having a rough day, unhappy face, feeling unhappy. And then what happens is all my friends and family, oh, I'm so sorry, we love you. They give you that reinforcement that you're looking for when you're feeling like that. Mm. Before you post that kind of stuff on Facebook, and especially Twitter, and you need to take a step and say, okay, hold on a minute. Is this something that I want my future person, my future self, to look back and see? So, just being aware of what you're putting out there in the world, just like you always say, what you're putting out in the universe is gonna come back to you. You're bringing all of that attention to you.
Right. It's going to reverberate back to you by echo. It is interesting because this whole concept. I know there are a lot of people out there talking about social media. There are a lot of social media gurus out there. What I love about you is how basic and practical you put it in the language that you use, which is, I think, incredibly understandable to most people. How receptive are the people right there at the Art Institute where you give this talk? Do they come away from it being, with a sense of dread of what they've done in the past, or incredibly thankful, of course, that you've made mention of this, because it's something that they're going to have to go back and do a little forensics on?
Mm-hmm. It's really, I was quite surprised when I was first asked to do this talk, because, I have 2 high schoolers, and, I tell them, don't post that online. Not only are you reflecting about yourself, but you're reflecting on me. And it's, Mom, it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Well, it'll be a big deal in 5 years. Trust me. But when I went to this class, these students are all learning about digital media. They're learning about marketing. They're learning about, building websites and stuff. So when I first came to them, their initial reaction was, oh, just another teacher, just more stuff. But I really got some positive engagements. These students are starting to want to understand how to better themselves in the future. And that was really neat. And I had probably in a class of 25 students, about 17 students come up afterwards. Can I show you my Instagram? There's a photographer, a young photographer. She's absolutely amazing. And she says, can I show you my Instagram? Can you tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong? And so I spent 20 minutes just sitting with her, going through her Instagram portfolio and giving her ideas on hashtags to use. But the students really wanted to know, what can I do to fix what I've done, and what can I do to, better my future? And the feedback was pretty phenomenal. I was rather impressed.
That's actually very encouraging. I love that. The reason why I wanted to have this conversation is to let those out there who are looking to bring me in to talk about smart college career moves and what that encompasses, let them know that you're also available to come with me or separately to talk about social media. Because listen, I'm about eliminating adversity, and social media creates a lot of adversity for a lot of people, not only because they make snap judgments about what they put on and the pictures they take. And, I'll be able to step back and take a breath. You wouldn't just say something to someone that could be hurtful without taking a breath for a moment and saying, well, wait a minute, should I really say that to this person? There's some sort of filter there in your mind with most people. They just don't blurt things out. Not what you're thinking, but in social media, you actually do. So together, Eric and I can create a really, really sound presentation for your school. Look to bring us in to your college or university so that we can help your students get on the right foot, especially from a standpoint of branding and a part of selling themselves to a future employer. My name is Michael Russ. This is Erica Bailey. Thank you so much for being with us, Erica.
Thank you, Michael.
You're more than welcome. Take care. You can find out about Smart College Career Moves at inquiry@michaeljruss.com, where you'll also find my blog there under Smart College Career Moves. Thank you so much. Till later. Bye-bye.